What was the hardest point between Tana Talk 2 and Tana Talk 3 for you?
The hardest point was just, trying to make that leap from local to underground. You know what I'm saying? That's a big leap. Uh, Going through everything I was going through in the streets, prison, baby mama drama. You know what I'm saying? And just the homies dying and the homies going to prison. Just everything that you go through when you're in the streets. Still trying to pursue my career and take it to the next level. When what I mean, a lot of us actually be in our own way. I feel like once I stepped out of my own way, and what I mean, of course, the alley oop from West Side Gun things started to change for me.
Yeah, and it's just weird. I don't really see a lot of careers play out like yours, where someone just
Hmm.
been rapping for so long on the underground and they finally get their big break. I feel like that's really uncommon in today's world. I feel like it's kind of unique. It's kind of like an old school way of getting big, which is nice to
Yeah,
see.
yeah. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I feel like I did the same thing too. Like we haven't seen a lot of dudes lately do it how I done it, come up through the ranks. You know what I'm saying? Come up through the ranks of from what I mean, just going on tour with Griselda and they got fucking everybody name on a marquee, even the DJ except mine. You know what I'm saying? To being where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? I definitely came a long way.
Yeah, it's nice to see the resurgence, and I'll get back into that later about like how your brand of hip hop, you're bringing back something that's old and bringing something new out of it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like like it's like bringing the hip hop that I fell in love with when I was growing up. But like when the first time I heard your music, it made me think of Only Built for Cuban Links. That was the
Hmm.
first thing I thought of. I was like, it's so nice to hear people rap like the old New York style.
Yeah, yeah. The people miss that. The streets miss that. The industry missed that. You know what I'm saying? They a lot of people was scared to admit it or was apprehensive to admit it before Griselda. But as we can see, you know what I'm saying, everybody missed that.
It absolutely, and sometimes I feel people embellish their stature or their coming up story, but for you guys, it's really true. Like you were really in your own lane. Like nobody was really doing it like y'all were doing it, and to see how you guys have cultivated your fan base, grown it, and now you're getting big brand deals. You know what I'm saying? With the Buffalo Bills, you got your own line of clothes. You got the way you guys work your vinyls. It's really nice to see it all come together.
Hmm. Man,
Um,
it's hustle, all part of the plan, baby.
Yeah, I know, man. I know. I'm hoping I get some of your vinyls someday. They just go so quick. I've been chasing that Tana Talk 3 vinyl forever.
Ooh, that's the elusive one.
I,
But man, trust me, it'll open up one day. Man, they got them on eBay right now, sky high.
oh, I know, man. I like my house. I don't want to sell it.
Nice.
uh, what's been the biggest change in your life since you've gained more notoriety?
Mm, honestly, man, the obvious thing is, the way people treat me, good and bad. You know what I'm saying? People look at you different when you make it to a certain point in life. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times they look at celebrities or rappers different, and we don't deserve to be looked at different. You know what I'm saying? People are regular people, but people they want to know my opinion. They want to know how I feel about things. They want me to hear their music. They want to be in my favor. People jealous, they hate on me. You know what I'm saying? So it just bring a lot of attention, you know what I'm saying, when you're in the limelight. And you know what I mean, it's not all it's cracked up to be, but you know what I mean, I'm doing it for the music, for my love of the music, and really I'm just hustling and trying to build an empire. So I understand that part come with the game, but you know what I mean, it definitely get weird. The higher you go, it get weird.
Yeah, it feels like the industry isn't exactly in a place for someone who makes music like you to get popular.
Hmm.
Like it's almost like counterintuitive. We kind of went through an entire era of people making completely different music, Southern, from Florida, Atlanta, Memphis, and it kind of felt like New York wasn't at the mark that everybody else was at. And it felt and
Hmm.
when you came up, it felt like New York had this new life like push into it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. And that make a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like uh we did it and wasn't making South music or wasn't making West Coast music. So kind of like the identity kind of came back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? In my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah, and exactly wasn't even like Brooklyn music. Brooklyn sounds
Hmm.
way different than what y'all make. Like I
Exactly.
like Brooklyn drill and even like New York City music sounds way different than what y'all make. Like it's very unique to Buffalo. It's nice to see another city emerge in the hip hop sphere because we always talk about these same recycled cities, not in a bad way. Like I'm not
Hmm.
talking down on nobody. Like what I'm saying, like it's nice to see an emerging city that like kind of created its own identity.
Right. And it's dope being a part of it, but that's exactly what it is, man. You know, people is intrigued about a place they never heard of or a place they never been to. They want to hear about it. You know what I'm saying?
And speaking on that, on Timeless, you talk about who you make music for. The line is, "I do this for suffering children and checks from government buildings. A dope boy who made a check from other than Dylan." As
Hmm.
you've gained notoriety and mainstream appeal, do you think that scope of who you make music for will ever change?
No, I don't think it'll ever change. I think other
Or
people catch
expand?
on to
Or
it.
expand?
Yeah, it'll expand. You know, it's like Mexican food. You know, you don't got to be Mexican to eat Mexican food. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to be Italian to eat pasta. But I make it for the streets because mm, that's my message. You know what I'm saying? My message is geared towards that. I can't talk a whole bunch of street shit and where I came from and all of that and say I'm making music for the kids or say I'm making music for the suburbs. But within that, there's definitely quotables and lines that anybody in any walk of life can relate to, because that's what it's all about. I'm not like I wasn't like born. I didn't come out my mom like just a street nigga. I came out as a human being, a child, and all those street behaviors was acquired for me. You know what I'm saying, by the people I met and how I grew up. But I'm still a person, and a lot of times the shit I'm talking about is just shit that we really all go through, so everybody can relate to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. And I definitely hear it. I feel like there's moments, obviously, where you're talking to people you're making music for, but then in other moments, I feel like you're just kind of speaking to the masses, especially on Burden of Proof. I
Hmm.
feel,
Hmm.
and I feel like on Burden of Proof, and this kind of goes into my next question, you kind of peeled back another layer. And with
Hmm.
every single release, it feels like you peel back another layer of your personal life. For example, like New Streets. Do you see it like that? And like, what can fans expect from your next project? From like, what layer do you think will get peeled back?
Well, obviously, you know what I mean. I went through things this past year. You know what I'm saying, and I talk about it in my music. You know what I'm saying. It's therapy. It's the truth. So I think a lot of people, like I think a lot of people. Last album on Burden Proof, I was saying how I didn't feel famous. You know what I'm saying? Like people, I'm talking about being famous on my next project. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking a little bit about being famous and how I feel now that I realize who I am and what I am. So, you know what I mean? Just I'm growing and I'm learning as people is learning me and watching me. So it's definitely I'm a acquire new layers going on, and I'm gonna have to peel back like it's live. It's in real play. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm learning to walk again. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing, is that I'm on crutches and shit, and I'm learning to walk. So people gonna get that. You know what I mean? They're gonna see that in real time, from me being on 2 feet, from me not to me back on 2 feet. So it's gonna always be layers.
I'm really excited, and again, I'm very happy to hear about your recovery, and I'll get into that later. But I'm excited to hear new music from you. I'm really excited for the plugs I met too, and everything. Um,
Hmm.
a lot of hip hop considers what you're doing, like your side of hip hop is doing, a resurgence of the renaissance of '90s hip hop. What key
Hmm.
differences do you see between those two eras?
Mm, mm. I say the people call it the resurgence because, you know, the beats that we pick, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of times the artists that we work with and the method that we use. I feel it is something straight from the past. You know what I'm saying? The way we hustle the music and we do the vinyls and we do the merch, only because look at us. You know what I'm saying? We people well into our 30s. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the era we came from. So it's like almost a little bit. We like took the old school and added it with the new school. We like stuck in time almost. It is a 90s, early 2000 thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just with the new school sauce on it. You know, we gonna be fly as a motherfucker. We gonna pop up. And we fuck with the young music. Like all the young dudes making the music, man. I fuck with of course, Seti Hendrix, Jack Harlow, uh,
Seti Hendrix
Neek,
is nice.
yeah,
Jacksonville's
yeah. You know what I'm
Jacksonville's
saying?
finest, man.
Definitely, man. Neek Bucks, uh, and I don't know. I can go on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? I can keep going naming names about the young dudes I fuck with. So you know what I mean? I learned from them too.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel like a copycat, like at all. Like
Hmm.
it doesn't feel like just like recycled, like I mentioned earlier. It really feels like you guys are carving out your own thing, and the legends are embracing you.
Hmm.
Jadakiss, you know what I'm saying? Like you have all these people who are embracing y'all real early on. Like I was telling you, I met Q-Tip at the West Side Gun Show. Like there's people who are you getting cosigns from these people as well while you're crafting out your own sound and your own identity.
I love it.
Um, and when you're all on a track together, all of Griselda, what like when you guys all collaborate, what's the competitive spirit like? What does that bring out of you guys?
Okay, boom. Okay, honestly, okay, boom. Dead honest truth. It's definitely a competitive spirit. mm, this is in my head though. I can't speak for Wesley Conway. In my head, I'm definitely being competitive, but I'm being competitive in my way. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like if 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 you got KD, Kawhi, and James Harden on the team, like one game I might want to score the most points, but one time I might come in competitive. I might just want to get a triple double, so that might lead to me not scoring as much. I'm passing more. You feel what I'm saying? So I might want to. I know Conway coming in. I might just want him to throw him the alley oop. But sometimes West be like, "Yo, kill that buzz," and I know he want that extra. So it's just all about. A lot of times it's competitive, but I'm also confident that I'm on a track with these guys, and it's gonna go crazy because people love us on the song. So you know what I mean?
No,
It's
I can
less.
feel
It's
it.
less.
I can feel it.
It's less on my shoulders. You know what I'm saying? When I'm on a song with them.
Yeah, like it's very different from like Spurs 3 to War Paint, the Blade and the Butcher. Like, and it's funny that you use that analogy. You didn't use the Spurs 3 analogy. But yeah, I could definitely see, and it never feels overpowering. Like regardless of whose album it's on, like it could be on the songs could be on anybody's album. You know what I'm saying? It feels like you guys are very even keel. Like it's competitive, but it's within the bounds, if that makes sense. Like nobody's trying to like take the shine. Like it's like it all works together really well.
Real shit.
From in my opinion. And speaking of verses you do with other people, recently you've been going toe to toe with all-time great lyricists like Pusha T, Jadakiss, Black Thought. What was the experience like laying down those verses?
And it was dope. It was dope being in a position to even get a verse from those dudes. So, man, it was dope, man. You know what I mean? I like to put myself maybe on my way to that classes with those guys, man. You know what I mean? So it was dope just being in that situation, and those are my guys. So you know what I mean? I'm looking forward to more work with lyricists like that who I respect. I always want to do songs with the lyricists I respect, and that was just that.
Did you treat it differently than any other verse?
Nah, I always go in. I always go in like how I'm going in. You know what I mean? That's how I got where I got. That's how I got where I'm at and doing what I'm doing because I'm always going in with the same game plan. You know what I'm saying? I'm not switching it up. I'm just going in.
I don't know that Black Thought verse, that record with you and Black Thought, that was crazy. Got more
Oh yeah,
bars.
that was stupid.
That Reagan laws bar, I went nuts the first time I heard that. That was insane. It was a fantastic track, and you two like match each other's level like perfectly. Like it.
That came out crazy. That came out crazy, and the people love that. That's definitely a classic.
Oh man, what a song. And I was really sorry to hear about your shooting a few weeks ago. Let me just say, I was worried. It scared me. Not just because like you're one of my favorite rappers, just because I know you're a person. You got family, you got friends, you got people around you, and I just wanted to ask, how's the recovery process going?
I'm getting better, doing my therapy and shit day by day. That's what you got to do in this type of injury. You got to do therapy. It takes time. I'll be back in no time. You know what I'm saying? I'm just taking my time off, stacking my bread, just chilling. You know what I mean? I'll be back.
Yeah, and didn't you go to Ross's house like right afterwards?
Yeah, I had a dinner party at Rose house. You know what I'm saying? He told me to pull up. I pulled up. You know what I'm saying? And we chopped it up like bosses. And shout out to Rose for that. That was dope.
Yeah, man, it was just good to see all the support that happened. You know what I'm saying? Because so when I first heard he got shot, my heart dropped. I was like, it just seems like the people who are so talented were losing so quick. So it was so good to see that you're like in the recovery process and that you made it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was it like to see the support from everybody?
Uh, it was dope. It was fire. You know what I'm saying? You know, people fuck with me. They know what type of person I am. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And again, I hope the best for your recovery, really. Um, and recently, you've been traveling around a lot and recording. Like, how is being in somewhere like Atlanta versus Buffalo? Does that bring out something different in your recording process?
No, I don't bring it just about where I record at. You know what I'm saying? by this time I'm in full groove. I'm on cruise control by now. So it don't matter where I'm at. It don't matter who getting on the song. I'm just in full cruise control at this point. You know what I'm saying? There's everything. I'm just gunning. I'm just in that tunnel vision right now.
I can hear it. Honestly, I can hear it. And speaking about like your ability, like, do you think your skills on the mic were something you had to develop or something you were born with?
Definitely, I was definitely born with the talent and the ability to articulate myself in a conversation and spell and read. And those are two things you need to be a good rapper. You got to be up here to be an exceptional good lyricist. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who's a good rapper, trust me, they smart. So I was born with that ability, but over the period of time, learning how to say what I want to say and express my words and put my syllables together and rhyme them, that took time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. Whenever I hear you, I just like I instantly think you were born to like you were born with this ability. Like it just sounds like you were like born with it. Like you can hear it when an artist has like had to work at it and develop it. But like with
Mm-hmm.
you, it just feels like a born ability. Uh,
No, real shit. Niggas know what I'm on. You know what I mean? I be telling niggas like I'm going down as like one of the top guys. You know what I'm saying? And I've been putting in a lot of work.
no, I 100% agree as a fan. Um, so what can fans expect from the plugs I met too, and what was the energy between you and Harry Fraud like?
I mean, they can expect me to peel more layers back, talk about dimensions of my life, talk about the streets, and you know what I'm saying, and give them and continue to give them my story because I haven't gave them my whole story. Each album or project with me, you're gonna learn something new about me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep delivering. I'm gonna keep that same energy. You know, Harry delivering with the beats. You know, he a legend. You know what I'm saying? And we got some good features on there. We just meshing our talents together and locking in and seeing what we come up with. And when you put great minds like that, of course it's gonna come up
No,
good
I
like that.
I think Harry Fraud's such a good match for your work. I think that like he's someone who could really bring something different out of the music, and I can't wait to see what beats he gave you. Do you think you'll stick with the one producer album, and what does that bring out of you creatively?
Mm, I don't know if I'm gonna stick with it on the next go around, but it's we locking in on a together level where it's all over the place. It's like I'm not saying that when you work with different producers, it's all over the place, but it's more set. It's more set is when you're working with one producer, and it's easier. It's easier like that, and you know what I mean. To me, you know what I mean, because we really on the same level and we bumping heads and we you know what I mean? We just putting
Yeah,
it together and just nonstop. You know what I mean? It's a different, it's different. It's crazy to explain, but I do like doing it like that.
no,
All my shit's been like that. You know what I mean? My 10 to Talk 3 was Alchemist, all Alchemist and Derringer. You know what I'm saying? Plugs I Met 2 was Alchemist, Derringer. Plugs I Met 1 was Alchemist, Derringer, and DJ Shay. Burden of Proof, all Hit Boy. This one, all Harry Frost. So I kind of do work like that a lot. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I got to stick to that shit because those are classics.
I don't want to tell you how to do your job, but I would really appreciate it if you did. I think that in all areas of hip hop, the one producer album's coming back. Whether you're
Hmm.
Playboy Cardi on Die Lit, whether it's you and Hit Boy, like on every corner, it just brings out a consistent sound in an album. It makes it very cohesive.
Yeah, for real.
Um, and what do you think that the hip hop movement you're a part of has brought back to rap?
It brought back the streets, of course. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes claim that they brought back the streets because they like to believe it. A lot of these rap niggas claim that they brought back the streets, but it's clearly that we did it. We made the niggas in the streets believe that they could do it. You feel what I'm saying? I made everybody believe that they could do this shit. I made it so easy. You know what I'm saying? From being an underdog to a local nigga to signing with Griselda. I never had a label deal. I never had a major deal. To now I got the label deal for my artists. To being in bidding wars with labels. To having a sports agency, doing 6 figures a month on merch. I made everybody believe that they could do this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I see it, and it's dope. When you include Griselda, when you include Westside Gun and Conway and what I got, all three of us, we made everybody believe that they could do this shit. We made everybody believe that you don't need a label, you don't got to sound a certain way, and you can just go in and do it. You know what I mean? And we made everybody believe they could do vinyls. We made niggas believe they could sell. They slap anything on a hoodie and put it on sale now. You know what I mean? Real shit. So it's
Yeah,
all good.
yeah. I mean, I love the vinyl game. Look behind me. I got like 300 vinyls, man.
I see.
I just got that Conway record, that Conway Alchemist record. Thank God. I'm just happy I got my hand on some Griselda records because y'all records are so hard to get. Like it is crazy. I spend hours a day.
We like the Beatles.
Yeah, no, I mean, I could see what you guys are bringing to it, and it's nice because we can't be physically like in concerts and shit like that, but it's nice to have physicals. I feel like it keeps your fans engaged. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't buy anyone's merch. I'm like too grown, but I bought your merch. I don't buy anybody else's merch.
My boy.
A lot of what Griselda releases in terms of merchandise, including bottles and clothing, is presented as high art. Like what I'm saying? Like you guys are obviously really into art. What do you think this aspect brings to your movement of this focus on artistry?
Uh, a, a, a taste of sophistication, a taste of class. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's what it is. It's art. You know what I'm saying? West big on art. You know what I'm saying? We got paintings hanging up in our houses and shit like that. We use Isaac Palayo. Those paintings that you see, that Isaac Palayo put on the shirts, those are $1,000 paintings. Those cost thousands of dollars paintings. So it's like you got, you know what I mean? And those are actual art pieces hanging up on somebody's wall somewhere. That's why we sell prints to it. So it's, we try to make everything art, man. Visual art, lyrical art. This is what we big on, you know what I mean? Like I said, we OGs, man. It's different shit going on.
No, I get it. And it's cool to see you guys take so much time and think about what you're doing. There's like so many layers, whether it's, the art, how you guys set up your merchandise. It's nice that you guys put so much thought into it. I think that's what people really respond to.
Right.
Do you ever see yourself or anyone in your in the scene of hip hop you're in doing work with major R&B artists, kind of like a Ja Rule, Ashanti, Jadakiss, Mariah? Do you ever see that happening to you guys?
Oh yeah, of course. Of course. Of course. Now, what you probably asking, are you asking, are we gonna do like love songs? You know what I'm saying? Because now I got Queen Naija on my album. Just because it's an R&B artist don't mean it's necessary. We just did a record for shout out Jill Scott. We just did a record for Jill Scott. So of course we could do records with R&B artists. But are you asking, are we gonna do love songs?
Yeah, like pop. Like, would you do a pop love song? Like, would you do something like that? Like, if an R&B singer asked, like, "Hey, will you get on this big record with me?" Kind of like what I was talking about with like Jadakiss and Mariah. Would you do something like that?
If I'm feeling the record, yeah, I would. I gotta feel the record. I'm not just doing anything because it's an artist or it's an opportunity. And I'm saying,
Yeah, obviously.
even though people beg to differ because I'm not like a super platinum artist or anything like that. To me, I'm past that point where I'm just doing things for looks because I'm good. I don't gotta move or do nothing for looks. So, you know what I mean? I wouldn't do nothing for a look, even if and I'm pretty sure I would like the record though. You know what I'm saying? Because when we talking about big artists, like maybe if Rihanna came, of course, who's not gonna like a Rihanna record? Who not gonna like a person like that? So yeah, I'll do it if I'm feeling the record.
I guess I was asking because I just wonder if it's gonna if it's gonna progress like that, kind of like what happened in the '90s Renaissance. You know what I mean? Like these like New York
I think
artists.
so too. You see, Doja Cat was just listening to West Side Gun. You feel what I'm saying? She was just listening to West Side Gun on her story. So I think you see LeBron just quoted my bars earlier today. You know what I'm saying? Right before we jumped on this interview. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's on the way. It's on the way.
No, I think
I
think you guys are gonna be. It's like what's gonna end up happening in the end is gonna be giant. I truly believe it. And I don't believe in everybody, but I truly believe in what y'all are doing.
Right.
So you talk a lot in your bars about the intertwining of sports and hip hop. With this moment being so critical for football and hip hop in Buffalo, what do you think the future is for the city?
Niggas getting on. Niggas gonna get on. We gonna, you know what I mean? It's gonna be an upstate. It's gonna be an upstate flow. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to say it's gonna be the biggest this city's was or big as that city was, but you know what I mean? A lot of people in Buffalo gonna get their recognition. You see, it's Griselda. You know what I'm saying? I got artists. Black Soprano Family. Conway got drum work. He got artists. So you got 38 Special. Trust comes first. So it's already happening. So people gonna see a lot more upstate artists, Western New York artists, and you know what I mean? We gonna eat. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, man, it's just cool to like we were talking about earlier. It's nice to see a developing city that it's kind of emerging. It's nice to see that in hip hop. It doesn't really happen that often. And
Right.
what do you have a favorite? Do you have any favorite Buffalo wings in Buffalo you want to plug?
Man, definitely Lenovo's. Shout out Lenovo's, man. You know what I'm saying? Those are the guys over there. I'm fucking with Lenovo's. I'm fucking with Duff's, Katie's Corner. You know what I mean? Nice classic places, but over there at Lenovo's, those are my guys. If you're in Buffalo, go to Lenovo's.
All right. And in the future, what are your highest goals outside of hip hop?
My highest goals, I just started a sports agency, big sports firm. I'm trying to sign the first rounder in basketball or football. That's my goal. That's my new goal. I ain't even thinking about my goal is not even in music no more. My goals is in sports agency and shit like that.
And yeah, because we've reached this moment where hip hop and sports are so intertwined. Be like everybody, like the way that James Harden interacts with rappers, the way that LeBron interacts with rappers.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool. And like, it's not like they're just interacting with mainstream stuff. They're like listening to everything. You know what I mean? It's like such a cool moment for both industries.
Exactly. So yeah, big sports firm. That's my agency. And we got scouts. We getting athletes bags. You know what I'm saying? And